I'm hanging out in the studio with the coordinator of the Agri-Graduate Association of Nigeria, River State Chapter, no other than Govt Oborevwori. He's also a public affairs analyst. Good morning, Govt.
Good morning, Eni. Happy to be in your midst this morning. You're looking very welcoming as usual.
Welcome, Govt. It's so good to have you.
Thank you.
All right, we're starting with a story that has to do with agriculture. You're an agricultural expert, and the last time you were here, you told us how you feel like the South-South governors could do more as regards supporting agriculture. And then you compared it to some other parts of the country and how much they are investing in agriculture in those parts. That's why we're getting more food from there. And the day they told us that they would send us food, we went haywire. But now let's look at what the Delta State Governor has said. Delta State Governor has empowered 6,020 farmers with agricultural inputs to enhance food production and security in the state. During the flag-off ceremony in Asaba, he emphasized the importance of agriculture in the state's development strategy and the need to support farmers for improved productivity. This initiative is part of the Delta Community Action Resilience and Economic Stimulus, the CARES program, which aims to boost food security. The state has also approved 1 billion naira as counterpart funding to empower an additional 2,000 farmers in collaboration with the African Union Development Agency. The Commissioner for Economic Planning highlighted the significance of the agricultural sector and encouraged Deltans to engage in urban farming to combat rising food prices. Your thoughts generally on this story, Govt?
Very, very commendable. I'm very excited hearing that a governor in the southern part of the country is proactively now investing and making public his agricultural initiative. Very commendable. That means some of the things that we've been advocating for, some of the things we've been saying, and the impact of the hunger and the food crisis in the nation is beginning to cause a kind of transformation or revolution in the South-South. So it's a very good one coming from the Delta State government. All
right, so when you talked about the support for agriculture in the South-South, this is exactly what you were looking at, or are there other things you were looking out for?
Yeah. You know, there's always a beginning point. There is more to it, and I believe that having initiated this, the government of Delta State will do more. They will definitely advance. Agricultural empowerment or making the environment very conducive for agricultural production or to enhance productivity goes beyond. But hearing that there is partnership with relevant agencies, and then there is also a specific amount, 1 billion naira for counterpart funding to boost agricultural productivity in the state is quite commendable. So there are some things or other things that needs to be done. Aside providing the relevant facility, the issue of monitoring is very key.
Yes, and I was going to come there because aside talking about the other things that we expect them to do, let's also get to look at how exactly this should be monitored or followed up to make sure that it reaches the right people.
Exactly. It's very key in this sense. You know, we have always said that within the political arena, we usually have so much portfolio farmers. Is a major menace in the agricultural that is affecting the agricultural system or agricultural facility disbursement in this part of the country.
Have they not been monitoring all the while?
That's the challenge. How will you monitor yourself? You can't monitor yourself when these funds are being made available and shared among those that are supposed to, you know, monitor the system. So who monitors?
Who monitors the monitor?
That's the point. Who monitors each other? So that has been a problem. Now, the issue of monitoring should be taken into cognizance very seriously, considering the initiative that the government of Delta State is floating. There should be serious monitoring if the state government is serious with what we have heard. There should be an agency, if possible, a committee set up to monitor how this fund will be disbursed. The farmers, and there should be, the farmers that should benefit from this initiative should be practicing farmer. There shouldn't be farmers, people that wants to go, because that's where we have the issue. All this while you've not been farming. you don't have interest in farming, then all of a sudden, because there is fund, there is 1 billion naira, you see proposals here and
fish
there.
Farming.
You know,
I'll put crop farming.
I'll put crop farming. This one will say no. And when my father was alive, he used to be a very big yam farmer. So I want to. This is not the time for that. So the state government should set up a committee that, if they don't have the database of free farmers in the state, there should be a committee that will, visit this farm. There should be a workshop, which I believe they must have been doing. Okay. Then get relevant information from this farmer and visit them unannounced. Get the address of the farm, go there, see what they are doing. That will help you, to categorize these persons, the people that will be applying for the loan or for the scheme that will need the facility that the government is making available. So the issue of monitoring is very critical. And based on experience, I would want to say that a separate committee, not just the Minister of Agriculture, a separate committee, if the government is serious, a separate committee for monitoring should be set up.
I'm trying to see how this is actually going to be different from what has been going on. Are we saying that all the while funds have been distributed to agriculture, to agro experts, there have not been committees to monitor? You already said earlier that sometimes we have cases of the monitors needing to be monitored. So now your recommendation is still in line with what has been happening, don't you think?
Yeah, it is, but I believe it's going to happen differently this time. The reason I say so is because hunger is really dealing with Nigerians.
Has hunger not been in the land?
Yeah, hunger has been, but it's something, what we're experiencing this period is something else. So I don't see...
Pro-max.
Pardon?
Hunger pro-max.
Yeah, yes, it has gotten to that point. It's hunger pro-max now. So I don't see the state government, releasing fund for food production, and then will not do all within her reach to ensure that that particular fund is judiciously used. And I don't also see recipients or beneficiaries of this particular initiative wasting the resources, because the stomach already needs something. So I don't see it happening the way it used to happen before.
But aside that, measures should be put in place, because it's good to be optimistic, it's good to be hopeful and see the positive side of everything. But, we can't just sit down and say, oh, these guys, this time they're going to act right, or this time they'll act differently. There should be measures that are different from the measures that have been put
definitely.
in place.
I am not from Delta State, but I want to believe that the agricultural professionals in that state, especially the Ministry of Agriculture, that's mandated to oversee agricultural activities in the state, should know what to do. Yeah. And this kind of situation, the state government, via the Ministry of Agriculture, should be able to itemize, the areas, the enterprises that are of high relevance in the state, the enterprise where this fund will be channeled into. And then the Ministry of Agriculture should lead the initiative. I don't know if Delta State Ministry of Agriculture has a demonstration farm or has land, has farms, that they use to encourage younger farmers or the private farmers to do more. So if there is nothing like that, or if there is need to improve on that. There is need for the Ministry of Agriculture to champion the cause. How do I mean? They should be able to be producing something. One of the enterprise, or one of the, if it is crop, one of the crop varieties that they are recommending, the ministry should champion. The ministry should be at the forefront. And then by so doing, you'll be able to easily monitor the process, and then also have a first-hand information and experience of what the other farmers are going through. But just releasing from without you doing, indirectly, you're also telling the people, we are not interested in this business. If the Minister of Agriculture cannot farm, cannot own a farm, then you're giving who will do the farming. So it has an implication. It has a negative impact on the people, on the farmers. But once you're releasing funds and you're inviting farmers to come and see what you are doing, you're making videos, you're sending personal information. This is the Ministry of Agriculture farm in Delta State. This is their cassava farm. This is their yam farm. This is their maize farm. You're already stimulating the people. You're stimulating the farmers to do more.
Is this something that you have seen replicated in another state?
Which one now?
The Ministry of Agriculture actually having a farm to support
That's how it has been, or how it used to be prior to this time. Should I say, since the democratical era, the issue of farming operating a farm by the ministry has drastically reduced. The passion has dropped very significantly. But prior to this time, the ministry, of course, the ministry cannot release materials without demonstrating it. Once there is a particular farm, an improved variety of crop or whatever, the ministry will go to their demonstration plot and do it. Then the extension agent, the agricultural extension, that's the job of the agricultural extension agent that is now lacking, in the country. And that is where we have the major problem of technology transfer. Most farmers do not have the updated or improved varieties of the crop they are using. Some of them are still farming, recycling crops of 1980, varieties of 1980, 1990, whereas there are updated versions of what they are using to farm. So before now, the ministry always lead. Once there is an improved technology, the ministry gets to the field, demonstrate it, understudy it, and then communicate the outcome of that particular variety to the extension agent, who now transfer that same technology and monitors what the farmers at the grassroots level are doing. But in recent time, we no longer, the ministry do not even have farm.
So we don't have that in River State also?
We don't. We do not. Have you heard that this is the ministry, this is a particular enterprise, or this is the ministry's farm in River State? We do not have. We only hear and we know of sites, that's farmyard, premises, that has been earmarked for agricultural activities, which has been converted into rentage apartments. People just go there, build structures, and some of those you see vast land.
Wow. Just
virgin land, open like a private individual go there now to do farm and then construct structures, and then they are living. And that is what the government, the ministry is supposed to be doing. That's what we know when it comes to narrowing it down to River State. That's what we know that is obtainable here. The ministry does not have a farm, especially except they started that maybe yesterday.
Before you, exactly, or this morning while you were on your way to this place.
But as I'm talking to you, I do not know a particular farm or agricultural enterprise that belongs to the Ministry of Agriculture.
Let's also look at other aspects that we are expecting support, especially from the South-South governors, regarding supporting or promoting agriculture.
Yeah, facility, financial facility or credit facility is very key. Monitoring is part of it. Another area that is very essential or pertinent in this regard is the area of land. The area of land. Most government lands are secured, kind of. Most of the government lands are secured. Now, some of the people, some of the farmers, those that are skillful, those that wants to farm, they do not have secured land. So the government should also do more by, providing, allocating or allotting portions of land or plots of land to relevant farmers, those that are interested. The government should release their farmland to farmers willing to make use of those land, rather than, allowing one individual or group of persons behind the scene renting out some of those lands, making money from it. Which
is one of the issues farmers have is that they do not have lands to
some farmers, not all.
Yes.
Some farmers, we talk about, there is a concept known as urban farming. In most urban areas, the issue of agricultural land, arable land, is a major challenge. It's a major challenge. So, for instance, if you are a farmer and you are residing within the city, you discover that even if you have the skill, you have the capacity to farm, land will be a major challenge to you. So
one would wonder, in this place where there's land everywhere, why would land be a major challenge?
Yeah.
We have lands available.
We have lands available, but not some of the lands you see, they are owned. Not even some. All the land are owned by persons, right? There are some persons that will want to go into farming. They do not have land. There are some persons that are not, they are not indigenous of this particular state, but they are good farmers. Now, for them to go and lease or hire 1 hectare of land, do you know what that will cost? Hire an acre of land or 4 plots of land to farm. It will tell on the farmers. You understand the point? So if you're talking about land ownership, you own a land, where you're from or by purchase. Now, some of the farmers do not have their personal land, but they are residing in an area where if they are being supported by the government by providing land, they will do well and do better. Okay. And then some persons that are also indigenous of a particular area, industrialization or globalization has also taken over their land. You understand? They have sold off their lands, and then you come some of the places you can find it difficult to even get 2-3 plots of land to farm. So it becomes a major challenge. So that's why we're also recommending that some of these government lands that are empty, the government should look for a way, advertise it, and then call on people, those that are interested, to farm.